Okay, you're probably wondering why I have tape on it, but that is for balancing. With the stroboscope, you won't have to do this, but normally you'd have one piece of tape here, and one there. Check that. This is the blade that's damaged. This blade is pushed back, and I need to push it forward, but I need to use my stroboscope for that. Now, this is going to be fun. I'll have to redo these tapes and be careful about not trying to take the tape off, or the paint off. Let's see. That one got lucky. And when, okay, with the blade, when I'm talking about clock, you see these spindles? That's the blade arms. That's what I meant, the blade arms. Clock is this way. It's this back and forth this way. That's clock. These things move, and if that's out of clock, you need a if these are bent forward or back, like if it hits something like this, hit something pretty hard, and it pushed this thing really back, you'll have to have a stroboscope. Hopefully yours isn't that. It isn't like that, because if it's like that, then it's going to be off balance. But we can fix the pitch. Now with the pitch, I'll show you what the pitch is. The pitch is what I'm going to show you about, the easiest part, without a stroboscope. The pitch is this. Now, if one, okay, so I'll just show you. Obviously, you won't have it on. I'll take that off. But the pitch, you're gonna check. You'll have this back on, and you're gonna take the front off. You're gonna check. So I put my finger on one of these. Pick like the best one. This one has no damage on it. This one has damage, as you can see. And if it has any damage up here, then that means it's been hit. Find the one with no damage, which is this one, and pick that one as your spot. Now you're gonna spin it, and you're gonna look at the blade arms in the middle. If you see one of them pushed forward, find the blade like that. Usually you can pick here, you put your finger in front and just find the one that's forward a lot. It's much easier with the guard on, but for the back pitch, if the blade, what I mean by this, you want to get this aligned first, and then you can start bending the blade, because if these aren't aligned, then it won't be balanced. Once you get those aligned, see how one's hitting? Let's see what's hitting. Obviously this one. So what you'll do is you'll bend the pitch a little forward, and then you'll try to, now if you see them, they're like all hitting except one. Figure out which one. Now it's this one, so now you have to push it back a little bit. It doesn't take a lot of force. And now, see, they're all hitting. Now the front, what you'll want to do is you'll have to get the blade on. The cage on, and you'll bend more. Bend at the spider until you get it. Once you get these aligned, you can start bending on the blade. And don't bend it a lot. And then you'll just take your finger, check all up here, and then once you get the front blade on, you can see which is pushed forward. And this one won't be balanced because it's got a clock issue, but the pitch is really easy. With yours, I think these blade arms are messed up. So what you'll do is you'll check the blade arms. Mine's shaking because it's the clock, but you'll check the blade arms. If they line up really nicely, you'll be fine. Now let me get the cage on and show you how to do it with the front cage on. Sorry if it's out of focus, it's kind of annoying. Okay, now I got the front cage on. It's kind of awkward with the camera in the way. But now what you'll do is you will spin the blade, and then you'll pick a point on the cage, and you'll see what blade is hitting first. And if it's the damaged one, then you'll have to move that one back, see, like this. Now the thing is it'll adjust your you want to hold it here. It'll adjust your other blade, which is the reason why it takes so long. And you'll do that once you get these spiders in the front perfect. Then you can start bending the blade itself and aligning that. If one of these hits on the front, like let's see, orange isn't hitting, that means it's pushed too far back. And you'll adjust it more and more. Now don't bend it a lot, and you got to make sure which blade it is. And you don't have to put this tape, but you'll have to make sure which blade it is. And then you'll just put your finger on one spot, see what's hitting, adjust it back if it's the wrong blade that you picked. is your model blade, and don't pick one that's super pitched or under pitched. On yours, it looks like just these blade arms are moved back on one, and it could be the pitch too. But once you get these blade arms aligned and the pitch really nice, then it should be fine. And hopefully that's the case. But if it isn't, then you'll have a harder time trying to fix it. So that's really my take on it without using a stroboscope. And I'll do a video on this one because this one is pretty messed up. Yeah, it's really annoying, but